मीठी प्यारी मम्मा, ममता मई जगदम्बा।
तो लियो तो कोई ऐसी तो नहीं ना बनी बनाई चीज ऐसे ही दे देंगे। हाँ, वो फिर हमारे कर्म से हमसे ही बनवाते हैं। तो फिर हमको अपने कर्मों का और अपने पुरुषार्थ का पूरा अटेंशन होना चाहिए, तब तो हम बाप से अपना जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार पूरा पा सकेंगे। तो इसके ऊपर पूरा अटेंशन। ये पढ़ाई मानो सभी पढ़ाइयों का सार है, और उसी पढ़ाई से ही, इस पढ़ाई से ही हम मानो सभी पढ़ाइयों का बल ले लेते हैं। इसमें सब कुछ आ जाते हैं। तो जब ऐसी चीज मिली है तो उसके ऊपर सो भी ऐसे भी नहीं कुछ छोड़ना पड़ता है। हाँ, कोई ऐसे भी नहीं है कि काम धंधे का टाइम निकालना पड़ता है, नहीं, वो तो करना ही है। सिर्फ थोड़ा टाइम जो भी सहज बनता है। इसीलिए देखो सुबह का अमृत वेला, उसी टाइम पर तो आप भगवान के नाम लेने का ही टाइम है, या तो मनुष्य सोते और खोते हैं। हाँ, दो बातें हैं। तो यही है। तो जब कमाई की दिन है तो उसमें थोड़ा चुस्त होना भी अच्छा ही है। तो उससे क्या होगा, कमाई है। इस कमाई का अभी सब हमारे यहाँ सारे जीवन और सभी जन्मों का आधार है इसके ऊपर। तो हमको सोचना चाहिए कि इसके लिए कितना हमारा, नहीं तो टोटा भी इतना पड़ेगा, नहीं, सभी जन्मों का टोटा फायदा, तो सभी जन्मों का फायदा। तो अगर हम अभी इसमें नुकसान करते हैं तो नुकसान भी भारी है, तो इसका नुकसान भी सोचना है। तो ऐसा अगर अपना थोड़ा टेंशन रखते और पुरुषार्थ को आगे करते रहेंगे और अपना हर बात के ऊपर ध्यान रखते रहेंगे, तो फिर आप सत बाप, सत टीचर और सत गुरु से अपना पूरा पूरा अधिकार पाने का लायक बनेंगे। बाप जो देखेंगे ना बच्चे लायक कौन है, किस तरह से अपना पा रहे हैं, तो देखे न देखे लेकिन जो करता है सो तो पाता ही है ना। उसके भी देखने की कोई बात नहीं है। तो जो करेगा ये अपने को देखना है। अपने को भी कोई देखे न देखे, परंतु जो करेगा सो पाएगा जरूर ना। तो अगर हम रॉन्ग करते हैं तो रॉन्ग पाएंगे, राइट करते हैं तो राइट पाएंगे। जितना करेंगे उतने का 10 गुना 100 गुना। तो हमको अपने पर ऐसा अटेंशन होना चाहिए। ऐसे भी नहीं है फलाना देखेगा या दूसरे देखेंगे, दूसरे को दिखाओ पुरुषार्थ तो नहीं है ना। ये तो अपने लिए है। तो जो अपने पर है वो समझेंगे कि ये तो हमारे लिए है। तो हमारे लिए जो समझते हैं वो अपना जी जान लगा कर करके उसके लिए कुछ भी हो जाए तो अपना पुरुषार्थ पूरा
कैसे करें हम शुक्रिया मम्मा तेरे उपकार का, प्यार देकर अर्थ समझाया है सच्चे प्यार का। कैसे करें हम शुक्रिया मम्मा तेरे उपकार का।
Om Shanti. Be a karma yogi. My home, Paramdham, is in front of me. You have to be a karma yogi and play your part of performing actions. But when you have time, go to the subtle region or to the incorporeal world. When you have time for your work, you go home. When your office work is finished, you go home. In the same way, have the awareness that your home of Paramdham is just in front of you. One moment you're here, and the next moment you are there. You come away from the room of the physical world and go to the room of the incorporeal world. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 22. Be a karma yogi. Today's topic: my home Paramdham is in front of me. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. We all know that all the souls, our home is supreme abode, Paramdham. Many different names are given based on the experience. They call it Nirvana Dham. Nirvana is free from speech or the words. World of silence, total silence. Not only silence, but it's a world of peace, Shanti Dham. And it's supreme abode. So all of us, all souls have come from there to play our part. And Baba says now cycle is complete and it is the end, so you have to return home. And before returning home, you have to be completely pure. All uh, past actions have to be burned. 5 vices have to be conquered. Totally in awareness that I am a pure soul, I am an angel. But then when we are in Paramdham, we don't experience anything because mind, intellect not active. It's only when soul is in the nature and 5 elements take the body that there are experiences. So now towards the end of conference age, when it's time to return home, we have to keep that awareness. We also have to experience silence of Paramdham. It's a very beautiful experience because it's total silence. Silence of Paramdham. Purity of Paramdham. It's land of freedom. No bondage, no pull. Just a point of light. So what Baba wants us that you play your part here and then like you finish and you go in your room. In the same way, whatever part you are playing, just remind yourself that I also have to go home. So not only home, Lokik way, but also home which is for the soul. But then also we have angelic world, our Bab Dada there. So after actions, whatever you have to do, then you go to angelic world. I am detached, I am free. I played my part. Now I am in angelic world. So both the worlds, we live in this corporeal world, we do actions, we have to play our part. But like any actor from the stage, when finishes part goes home. So this awareness not only will prepare us for home, bring all these good qualities, but also in the subtle regions. Because our Bab Dada is there, we all have to become angelic. Meet Bab Dada, communicate with Bab Dada. So just practice. Remind yourself, I have to go home. I have to go to subtle regions. I think it will bring lot of beautiful experiences, take us beyond, take us detached, make us detached, and very lovely. And we will feel that we are on journey and practicing returning home. Om Shanti.
This is the notice against Om Mandali.
Some people had filed a case against Om Mandali because the practice of celibacy that was taught by God was not acceptable to people.
Where have these innocent girls got stuck?
We thought their Baba would be dragged to the court.
This is even better. This child will get scared just by the question of lawyer. So congratulations on your victory in advance.
Order, order.
Today's proceeding begin.
My lord, I want to present a case against Om Mandali in this court. So someone should be summoned to the courtroom on their behalf.
Permitted. Om Radhe, appear before the court. Place your hand on this holy Gita and take oath that
Honorable Sir, with these eyes I am seeing you to be present here. But I cannot see God with these eyes. Then how can I take a false oath that I see God's presence here? If you permit, I shall take an oath that I shall speak the truth, see you, the soul, as a judge present here.
What is he saying?
I don't know. I can't understand.
Oh, wait. Let's listen.
I am not God. For you to take an oath in my name, taking an oath in the name of God is the law of this court. We cannot break this law.
Honorable Sir, you are yourself asking me to speak the truth. I do not see God to be present here. But what I see is that today everyone's mind is filled with vices such as lust, anger, and so on. So how can I take a false oath?
This is a court, not a satsang. A court runs on the basis of law. If you break this law, you can be arrested for this offense of insulting the court.
Honorable Sir, just as you cannot insult the court, likewise, I cannot insult God, who is the Supreme Father of us all.
Whatever happens, the rule of the court are bound to be followed.
Honorable Sir, I cannot take a false oath under any circumstance.
The policeman did not want to handcuff Mama. I am experienced, so I know what is in everyone's heart. By then, the judge stopped the policeman.
All right. You just keep giving the correct answers to the questions asked by the lawyer.
Truth fills the soul with such enormous power that even a storm turns into a gift. An intellect that has faith emerges victorious. Such was the quality of Mama.
Is it true that Om Mandali asks people to leave behind their home, family, and relationships?
Not at all. That is not true. God teaches us to leave behind our vices, not our homes.
Then why are people leaving their homes?
Only Baba and a few more families live at the Om Mandali out of their own free will. Everyone else, while staying in their homes, come to listen to their knowledge every day. As for the girls, we all have brought permission letters from our families.
Okay, now tell us, why did you all leave your house even after all the resistance and go to Om Mandali?
When men take sannyas and leave their homes, why are they not prosecuted? Why are men not asked these questions? In the eyes of God, the male and female genders are equal. When mothers want to live a life of purity, when we want to attend a satsang to gain knowledge, why are we being questioned? Honorable Sir, the obstacles that come from relatives when we wish to drink the nectar of spiritual knowledge, and the atrocities meted out on mothers who want to live a life of purity. As a consequence of that, a few mothers have come to Om Mandali.
There are many mothers who had never even stepped out of their homes. They had considered their husband to be God. Now why have such wives left them?
Honorable Sir, if a husband is God, then a wife is a goddess, isn't it? Is a wife meant to only serve her husband? Is she meant only for gratification of his desires? When the wife pleads with folded hands for permission to follow purity, should she be beaten?
If the wife does not listen to the husband, what should he do?
Honorable Sir, women also have certain rights. Whenever a woman who was victimized came to us, we immediately sent a telegram to her husband. If the government takes responsibility of their safety and grants them the freedom to lead a life of purity, then such women will go back to their homes today itself.
Before resolving this matter, it should be decided about what conjugal rights are.
It is said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that lust is the biggest enemy. Why do you call it a right? In the Indian culture, emphasis has been laid on celibacy. Is there no difference between a right and a crime? We will not engage in any impure act.
Here we are talking about the law, and she is talking about scriptures.
My lord, I have been listening until now. Now I want to say something with your permission.
Permission granted.
Om Radhe is saying that it is a matter of personal choice of a husband and wife. But if one of them does not consent to it, how can it be considered as a right of the husband? Both of them have equal rights. I have nothing more to say. That is all, Your Honor.
The Honorable Judge kept listening to the answers calmly and kept noting them down. As soon as Om Radhe got down from the witness stand, people began to clap for her truthfulness. Mama had proved that the boat of truth shakes and wobbles, but it never sinks. Mama's day would start at 2 a.m. in the morning with the remembrance of Shiv Baba and continue until every child went to sleep at night. But no one ever saw Mama being tired. She was always alert and accurate. The secret for this was her love for Shiv Baba, her love for the Yogya, and the enormous power she received by connecting to God. Janki, go to sleep.
So let me revise the Murli.
शांति सागर की लहरें जब जब पास में आए, मन हो शांत तन हो शीतल पावन सुख बरसाए.
Mama would wake up at 2 a.m. every morning and sit in Shiv Baba's remembrance. She never missed this discipline. Anyone who saw Mama meditate would also feel inspired to meditate. A real or accurate practice of yoga is one which turns others also into yogis. Mama's way of standing up, sitting, speaking, walking, everything resembled the traits of an elevated yogi. Every day before Baba's Murli, Mama used to take 10-minute class. But as soon as Baba's Murli started, Mama would listen with full concentration.
This is the knowledge for transformation from a man to Shri Narayan and for a woman to Shri Lakshmi. Shiv Baba is the one who makes us the highest on high diamonds. This is his box. Call it a chariot, an old boot. This Baba is the oldest boot.
Mama's younger sister Gopi left the body because of typhoid. For the first time in the history of the entire country, women shouldered a dead body.
The body is perishable. It is merged into the 5 elements. But the soul is immortal and imperishable. We should not cry. Crying amounts to losing our power. None of us know when we will suddenly leave this body. Therefore, let's finalize today that whatever efforts are to be made, they have to be made today. Right now. Because it is now or never. Make effort at every moment, as though every moment is our last moment. Every moment is my last moment.
After 14 years of intense meditation in 1950, Om Mandali shifted from Karachi to Mount Abu. Once, Dadi Hriday Pushpa became so ill that she fainted from weakness.
Baba, Mama, you will take care of this child. Give her 3 spoons of water after every hour for 2 days. And for the next 2 days, give 3 spoons of water and 3 spoons of milk after every hour. On the fifth day, feed her 2 spoons of khichdi every 2 hours.
Mama, I am fine now. Let me eat by myself.
Remember, Shivaba, please eat this khichdi with love. Mama is simply following Baba's direction. When Baba says that you can eat by yourself, Mama will not feed you. By the way, you come to my room tonight at 10 p.m.
Ji Mama. From 10 p.m. in the night to 4 a.m. the next morning, Mama kept giving Dadi Hriday Pushpa a powerful drishti in remembrance of God. Dadi Hriday Pushpa felt herself being surrounded by God's light. Light. She was also feeling absolutely light. As if a huge karmic account had been settled. Those who make others feel light themselves remain light even in the most difficult situations.
This incident is about a time when 150 brothers and sisters lived in the Kota house and Dalpur house. Baba had gone to Bombay and Mama was taking care of everything.
Have we received a notice? Just read it out.
Rajasthan government wants to convert the Kota house and Dholpur house into a government circuit house. So all of you are hereby ordered to vacate the house within a week. What is this, Mama? What will happen now? Shifting to new house this soon? There are so many of us and so much stuff. Even Baba is not around.
Call everyone. We shall all sit in uninterrupted meditation.
But Mama, what about this notice?
Ishu, you don't worry. This is Shiv Baba's yagya. Shiv Baba will take care of it. With the power of remembrance, even a cross turns into just a thorn. And this is just a notice.
परम पिता को याद किए जा, मुश्किल को आसान किए जा.
Brother Jagdish, who lived in Delhi, sent an application to the President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Ji. On the orders of Rashtrapati Bhavan, the government of Rajasthan granted Om Mandali 1 month's time and also helped in finding a new place. One strength and one support make the impossible possible.
Hello. Om Shanti, everyone. Good evening, Brother Eric. Dear, dear, dear Shireen Ben, Om Shanti, special flower for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Still
much.
from
Very sweet.
the magic balcony. It's a beautiful, very bright red flower. So welcome to you, and greetings everyone. Lots of love. And yes, we were lost into Mama's story, right? Just
I know, right? Even though we've heard it many times before, it's so intoxicating to hear it again.
And I just felt, do we need to talk after that? It's okay. We just need to become Mama, right? We just need to just be like her. Nothing more to understand.
Right. So I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Is that my karmic account? Is that going to be my karmic account? Like, do I have to respond to you like your honorable Shireen and do like Mama?
No, you don't have to respond, but I'm curious because
Okay.
I've been writing down. Over the years, I used to really love Mama's Murlis. And I remember some things that Mama said in the Murli so vividly, right? Like some things Papa said in the Murli, you remember so vividly. So what points of Gyan did Mama inspire in you?
Well, it's funny you ask, because Mama's Murli for me were not necessarily always my language. Whenever Mama will speak the Murli, I would always feel, sometimes, how does she comes to that idea? What she mentioned, for example, in a court, or the way she says sometimes, I thought she said sometime, live every day as if it's the last one. But I enjoyed the nuance. I don't know if it's true, but it said more about make efforts as if you're living your last day. So this is your last chance of making efforts. To be honest, for me, Mama has always been a figure of, such an unattainable purity and state of mind. And I could hardly relate, honestly. In the beginning, I thought, well, this is out of my zone, out of my category. I can relate to Didi. Didi to me was a little bit more close to my reality. I could see her, but Mama always seemed to be so extreme. Like I noticed, if she really gives 6 hours long drishti to a daddy, I don't know how she can do that. From 10, she said, come at 10 o'clock, and then until 4 in the morning, she gave drishti. I tried in my early days, to wake up at 2 every morning, and I would play Brahma Baba, Mama. I would stand up in the night, try to remember Shiv Baba, destruction would be coming soon. So I had to be like Brahma. I would do like Mama. I would give everyone love in the evening. And my eyes became like a raccoon, I looked like half dead person. I would go to work and people would say, are you okay, Eric? You seem like you're lacking a bit of sleep, or you look very tired. I said, no, Mama never looked tired. I don't look tired. But yeah, I couldn't handle this 2 o'clock every day.
When you're talking, I wonder how, when Baba gives you a role or a task or something, he gives power, right? So because Mama, of course, I'm sure she made effort, whatever she made, but also 50% or more was Shiv Baba's power, because she was playing a very specific role. And, many times I wondered, because I want, like when you hear Mama talk, right? Even just now, a few minutes ago, we heard Mama's Murli, like a verbal Murli, right? So she's speaking in Hindi, and it's a very no nonsense way of speaking, right? It's not this, oh, I'm in, so in love and this and that, right? It's not like that. It's not like I'm so yogi, I'm not here, right? It's very practical, no nonsense way of speaking. And so when I listen to her, I wonder how much, like we tend to mythologize people. And but like Dadi Kumarka or Dadi Janki, because we met them and we've been with them and we know them, even if someone mythologizes, we know what the reality was, right? And so I feel that if we really got the real mama, and I feel when I listen to her talk, I get that sense, like she was not this thing that were put on a pedestal, but she made effort like everyone else, and she had things going on like everyone else, but also she had a lot of power. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Mama had that. I was reflecting when watching, how would she be able to be how she was? And I think for us, it confronts us with the idea of, who am I when I see someone like Mama? Can I be as good, or can I be, as powerful as she is? And you're right. I think Baba gives special help, if you take on the job. I notice when the cardinals, when some become a pope, you can see that the day before they are elected pope, they are a special cardinal. They're a very special, person with faith. But after becoming pope, it's as if, a certain energy comes to them and they become bigger. And we start as, so is it the way everybody looks at them that creates an image bigger than reality? I think they also feel, that their connection with God is increasing. Mm-hmm. And so the role also, I think, determines how we're going to connect with Baba. So for me, Mama is always, is the one she had before anybody else. She's the first one to had high speed, 5G internet, high modem. She was advanced, not just in silence, but almost in science. She was the one with a higher speed connection before anybody else. Right. But what I feel also is that, for me, sometimes I felt Mama was a little bit so powerful and so complete in her faith and dharana and attitude. It's almost like a no-fault, path. Like she went through everything with no fault from the beginning. And I thought, that's it. I can't compete with that. Right after a week, I'm already after a week, I'm already out of competition. But the way she was so perfect. So for me, the inspiration became a bit different. It became not just that I want to follow that, because to me it was giving me a little bit of headache. And it's like, I like tennis, but if I look at the top in the world and I say tomorrow I want to be like him, I'm going to be heading for a disaster. So for me, she was confronting myself with, what is my reality? How am I going to become a little Mama in my own way, understanding that whatever she got it from Baba. So what Baba is going to give me is not going to be the same thing as he gave to Mama, I think, or it's not going to be taken in me as the same that Mama could do. So I really felt that, Mama's role is unique, Brahma Baba's role is unique. And she proposed to us a figure of perfection, like this image of Lakshmi or Narayan with Brahma Baba. And it's for me to decide, what can I use from that? Not to become like that, but to use that energy to become my real me. And what is my real me? And it took me a long time, honestly, to not put a pressure on myself that was unrealistic. I loved Dadi Kumarka, but one day I had to decide that even if I let my hair grow and my hair turn gray, and I smile and I look good and I give samosa to everyone,
and
I'm
we're
not going
sorry.
to be Dadi Kumarka. I'm not going to be her. So who am I going to be? And whatever I'm going to be, the source is the same. We're going to go to the same shop. We're going to go to the same store, get the same material, but it's not going to turn me into Mama or Dadi Gulzar or Brahma. So who am I going to be? And I think Mama has given such a, we have the great pleasure of having Sister Gayatri in Montreal. It's a real treat. She hasn't been here for many, many years. And again, we realize she's so close in New York. So we told her she should come every month now to Montreal. But I was admiring, she was invited to a program called The Hour of Mary. And it's a program about honoring the spiritual feminine power, but also the role of Mary, the mother of Jesus. And we thought, what is Gayatri going to talk about, with Mary? And we were blown away. We were blown away. She told us incredible things. I didn't know she knew Mary so well. She went to Catholic schools. She told us incredible things, but I was watching the audience, listening to what appeared to them an Indian woman in a white sari talking about Mary. And they were like this, thinking, we never discover Mary with that authenticity. And I was thinking, why is it happening? And I realized it's her purity that is serving. And I was thinking, you can't show that purity as a artifice. You can't sit down and say, okay, I'm going to blast purity. It has to be true in you, like Mama in a court. If I go and quote myself in Canada and say the same thing, I don't think it's going to work. But Mama had the purity that made everything different. So her purity was powerful. And I was watching Sister Gayatri meeting people and being with us for a few days. I could just feel her purity is serving so well and connecting people. So the source is the same. We're all shopping in God's supermarket. Even Christians, they will go to Baba at some point and they will fall in love with a part of Baba. But the way we bring back to us what we take from Baba makes us unique. And I was really admiring, in a way, Sister Gayatri being a Mama in a form, and talking to these souls and making us fall in love with Mary. And I thought, wow, this is fascinating.
So when Mama went to Baba's shop and she got a lot of jewels, right? So did you connect with any of the jewels that she shared or what she got?
Well, Baba was talking the other day, don't chase after chickpeas. So I had a deep churning about it. And I thought that there are cheap peas and chic peas. So you have cheap in the bargain,
right.
cheap peas will give you cheap peas.
Right.
But if you have chic peas, you'll have chic deluxe peace of mind, peace in life. So for me, Mama, although she was very simple, she went for the best chic piece, in Baba's store. So she picked up only the diamonds and the pearls and she brought them. And I know Mohini Didi always praises Mama as one who would not share Gyan in any form of being altered or twisted, or, she doesn't add Mama sauce to it. Absolutely. For every little, chickpea, chic pea that she brings from Baba's store. So I like the way Mama was always trying to dissect Baba's Gyan and explain it very simply about relationships or about don't compromise truth. Truth is truth. And I really, for me, Mama was two words, is truth and purity. I always felt that Mama was uncompromising both, purity and truth were her firm combined energy. And I always found that what I can take from Mama is questioning my own understanding. Is my understanding of Gyan taking me to the essence of purity and truth? Or is it taking me into a kind of masala of my own life at the moment? And so that's what, for me, Mama really symbolizes best of anyone else, purity and truth. And that's why I like the symbols of Mama with a very, courageous, she has so many forms, riding a lion, but with sharp, swords, but a musical instrument as well, a beautiful decorated Lakshmi. She has complete set of ornaments. So I look at myself and I'm asking, do I look like a Christmas tree with my ornaments? Or do I look like all these gods with, sharp knives and scissors and whatever they are holding? And or my decoration a little bit cheap piece sometimes.
You know, when you're talking about memorials, I'm thinking of something. You know how Baba always says Shiv Baba couldn't have given Gyan to just one person. Like it couldn't have just been one Arjuna. It's a lot of people. And so in the same way, memorials also, I feel, couldn't have just been a one person, right? Let's say Durga Memorial, right? It can't just be of Mama. It's of everyone who, on a very grand scale, embodied power. You know, everyone means at least 8 other people, right? And so, so when I look at memorials, so when you look at Mama's memorials, which of her memorials do you feel could also be your memorial?
Wow, that's a good question. I never thought of being associated with one of her memorial. I would have to think about it because they all have such different characters, and I've been very selective. You know, from the beginning, my memorial that I identify with is Ganesh, is the one I specialized in. So Durga, Kali, Jagadamba, I never thought, you know, I will be part of it at all. I'm supportive. I'm the one supporting those memorials, but I don't see myself in
there's
those.
Something very interesting about Hindu bhakti is because I grew up a Hindu. There's something very interesting about Hindu bhakti. So there are these pan-Hindu memorials, right? Like a top tier. Let's talk about top tier memorials like Durga, Kali, Lakshmi, Saraswati. They're top tier. But they are second and third tier also. They're not that famous and they're very localized. Like every village will have a little, you know, deity that they're worshiping, and the localized, the village will be, you know, village only will be worshiping this deity. So I always look at that. I always think about that, think that, okay, depending on our awareness of, are we aware of the world? Are we aware that kind of effort we are making? Then the memorials are accordingly, right? Like they are, some of us who make just enough effort, so only a village will village will worship. And so so when we talk about these top tier memorials like Lakshmi or Durga or Saraswati or something, I don't think it is just Mama. I think all of the dadis, at least, those memorials are for everyone.
Yeah,
right?
that I agree, and I think many will recognize themselves in those, you know, idols or images and deities. I think we did an exercise many years ago with Atam Prakash in the Dilwala temple, and you know, there's a central part where there is these little yogis in the alcoves, and he asked us to go in silence and turn around, and he said, in front of each idol, take drishti and go to the next one, go to the next one, go around and do one, twice the circle. And at some point, feel if there's one yogi that starts to talk to you and that you recognize yourself into it. So we went, and it was fascinating. And then I went around, and at some point I really looked at one of them, and it became like very light, very beautiful. And I thought, oh, that's me. Okay. And I looked at the number, and it was number 21. And my birth date, spiritual birth date, is the 21st, when I was 21 years old. And I was saying the number 21. I thought, that's it, I'm number 21. But I forgot to ask his name. I have to go back and check.
Brother Eric, that's what his name is.
Who is number 21 there? But I think,
Brother Eric.
We need to create the memorials, I think, sometime for me outside of those images, in a sense that for me, I prefer to think, if I use my love, you know, to this fullest extent, what memorial do I want to leave behind? And I know they are there, you know, the one that Baba would talk about, but sometimes I feel, why don't I create my own memorial, you know, which is based on my love for Baba, my love for God, And if I live my own personal memorial today, I'm not trying to copy, even if I like Ganesh, but I would not try to see what is it in Ganesh that I am today. I would try to find what is it in me today that I really resonate with, and let me create a new memorial, memorial which is my perfect form that I need to see clearly. And I find for me much more inspiring to become suddenly clearer and clearer, but how do I look like in my perfect form in this Brahmin life? And I know it's happening. I mean, it has to happen. Time is moving. Yes. And I find that perfect form is the one I want to focus on as my memorial.
Thank you, Brother Eric, with that wonderful thought.
And I'm sure you're going to have a beautiful memorial for you in the form of a bouquet of roses and special flowers in all the temples. Durga, Kali, all the temples will be there.
Thank you. Thank you for the blessing. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, everyone. Good night. And yeah, good wishes. So many Didi and Bhumi traveling on the other side of the continent. So all our good wishes and lots of love to all of them.
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. I'm sure everyone must be taking a lot of benefit from Mama's this animation movie. There are so many facts which we knew, we read in the book, and now it has come in form of movies. So it's more like taking us into deep experience and understanding each and every teaching what Mama used to teach. So thank you, whole Vyakti team, for putting this together. And of course, tomorrow will be the third part of this movie. So our schedule from Amrit Vela, 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Avyakt Hindi Murli, followed by Folk Offering and English Avyakt Murli. In the evening, 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, and Mama's movie part 3. Okay, Om Shanti. Now let's remember Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti,
Om
brother Eric. Om Shanti,
Shanti.
sister
Om
Sherry.
Shanti, brother Eric. Om Shanti, Shireen.
Thank
Shanti,
you.
brother
Goodbye.
Lakshmi, and all the
Eric.
Om
Shanti, brother
Shanti,
Eric.
Om
Om
Shanti,
Parivar.
Om Shanti Baba, Om Shanti
Everyone.
Eric, Om
Green
Shanti
Man, Om
Parivar.
Shanti, Eric.
Good night, good night.
Bye.
House blessings to
Om
Shanti,
Shanti Baba, Om Shanti Eric,
Shanti.
bye. Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Good night, Vyakti Parivar.
Good
ओम
night.
शांति, ओम शांति बाबा, ओम शांति अवता परिवार, ओम शांति।
Om Shanti Baba, Om Shanti Vyakti
Om
Parivar.
Shanti.
Be a karma yogi. My home Paramdham is in front of me. You have to be a karma yogi and play your part of performing actions. But when you have time, go to the subtle region or the incorporeal world. When you have time from your work, you go home. When your office work is finished, you go home. In the same way, have the awareness that your home of Paramdham is just in front of you. One moment you're here, and the next moment you are there. You come away from the room of the physical world and go to the room of the incorporeal world.
कर्म योगी बनो, मेरा परम धाम घर अभी सामने खड़ा है। कर्म योगी बन कर्म का पार्ट बजाना है, लेकिन जब फुर्सत मिले तो सूक्ष्म वतन व मूल वतन में चले जाओ। जैसे कार्य से फुर्सत मिलने के बाद घर में चले जाते हो ना, दफ्तर का काम पूरा हुआ, घर में चले गए, ऐसे स्मृति रहे कि मेरा परम धाम घर अभी सामने खड़ा है। अभी अभी यहाँ, अभी अभी वहाँ। साकारी वतन के कमरे से निकल मूल वतन के कमरे में चले गए। ओम शांति।